Hey guys, welcome back to another video from the channel. This video is going to be slightly different because in this I'll be practicing how to hand cut curves. And the reason is because when I did the first card holder, all four corners of it was hand cut. And it was my first time doing it and I didn't know how to use the knife. Hence, each corner looked different. I'm taking up this challenge of cutting 100 circles. I'll be using this vegetable tanned leather that I have. So I'll be outlining about 100 circles. This is a challenge I wish to give myself so that I can learn and improve cutting these circles and get comfortable using the knife stuff. Let's see how it goes. So now I'm outlining all the circles required for this, and to do this I'll be using two coins of different sizes. Each row I'll use one coin to outline as many circles as I can. And for the following row, I'll use a coin of a different size, a slightly smaller sized coin, to outline as many circles as I can. And I'll continue this pattern until I reach 100. And yeah, as you see, I did circle one extra, so it's going to be 101, I guess. Now I've outlined all the circles required and I've also numbered them 1 to 101, as you can see. And before I can start cutting the circles, I wanted to cut this piece away from the unused piece of leather because I have a small workplace, so I wanted to keep it clean. I'll be using my favorite Olfa cutter, which I had reviewed in the previous video. Since the blade is snap off, I have snapped off one piece. So I'm using a relatively new blade to cut this, and since this is my first circle, I'm just trying to understand how to cut this. So I'm not quite sure how much pressure to use. So you see me flipping to see how it's showing up on the other side, if I need more pressure, or just figuring it out since it's my very first circle. So after a bit of trial and error, I'm able to cut my first circle out of the piece of leather, and yeah, it looks fairly okay. Although the edges, I'm not sure if you can see the edges, but I can see them. The edges are not that clean, but yeah. But since this is my very first circle, so I guess that's fine. The first circle turned out to be decent, and I hope to improve and get better at cutting these circles by the time I reach 100. At least some improvement would be really nice. So let's see. So I'm taking my time to cut these circles. I'm not trying to rush through them. So slowly I'm trying to understand how much pressure to use, how to use my knife, and how to get a smooth curve as possible. So that's just the idea, to try to improve and do better with every circle. So I'm just done with cutting the first three circles, and yes, it is a time taking process, so I'll be cutting most of the footage. So we'll skip to the part where I am done with the first two rows. So here's where I thought of changing the approach a little bit so that I can get most out of this practice that I'm doing. So for the first two rows, I was cutting them in the clockwise direction. So I thought of changing that up, and for the following two rows, I'll be cutting all the circles in the anti-clockwise direction so that I can learn how to do those curves as well and make the most out of this practice. So let's see how that goes. One thing I noticed is I am more comfortable cutting these circles anti-clockwise than clockwise. And the more I cut, the more comfortable I'm getting using this knife. And I'm in the last row and just a few more to complete this. So I did take breaks in between. So I finished this in a couple of days and I wanted to share this with you all. So I'll be adding a picture here towards the end showing the first circle and also the last circle. And yes, there is a bit of difference and I'm more confident and comfortable using the knife and also this vegetable tan leather. Although the thickness of this leather is not much, I'd say about 1.2 millimeters or so. So probably I'll have to practice more with thicker leathers to see how that goes. And thank you so much for sticking around and watching me complete this challenge. And if you have any thoughts or suggestions, please do let me know in the comments. I would love to read them. And I wish to see you in my next video. Bye for now.